Okay, we're going to be solving here for z. So make sure that you're writing everything down. If you do not write everything down, you do not get credit. You don't need to copy the boxes, just copy the problem. And so we're going to draw a line down our equal sign here. And I'm going to look at my checklist, this right here, and I'm going to go to step 1. Do I see parentheses on the left side? And so let's look at my problem, and I do see parentheses. So I'm going to select yes, that I need to distribute. So we're going to go ahead and multiply negative 2 times 3z. Sorry about that. And I get negative 6z. And then negative 2 times positive 12 is negative 24. So then I go to the right side. It says, can I distribute on the right? And yes, I can. So I'm going to check yes here. And so I'm going to put a 1, and I'm going to multiply by negative 1. Negative 1 times 6z is negative 6z. Negative 1 times positive 8 is negative 8. And then I'm done with that, and I'm just going to bring down the negative 16. So I've done with step 1. I would draw a line here if you're writing this on paper, which you should be. Draw a line here so that signifies that step 1 is done. Step 2 says, can I combine on the left side? So I'm looking here at this 6z and the 24. One has a z, one doesn't, so I cannot combine those. So I'm going to select no here. And then I look at the right side. Can I combine on the right side? Well, I see 2 numbers here that do not have a z. So if I have 2 numbers without a letter, you can always add those. So I'm going to add these 2 together. So I have negative 6z. I'm going to leave that alone. And if I add those, I get negative 24. And I'm going to bring down this as well, negative 6z minus 24. Again, let's draw our line so that way we keep everything organized. We're done with step 2. Step 3, and I have to select yes here because I did combine those. Sorry about that. Step 3 says, do I have a variable on the right side? Well, I have a z, that's a variable, on the right side. So it wants me to add or subtract to zero it out. So to get rid of the negative 6z, I'm going to add 6z to both sides. And so that zeroes it out. Make sure you drag when you're doing this, when you're copying it on the next slide, drag the 0 out over here, okay? So let's see what we have left. I have a negative 24 left over here. I'm going to bring this negative 24 down. And then what happens with these 6z's right here? Well, I get 0. So I'm just going to put a 0 here. So I'm left, really, I don't even need to write the 0. I'm really left with negative 24 and negative 24. I'm looking at these 2 right here. I'm left with this and this on both sides. So the question you need to ask yourself is, does negative 24 equal negative 24? It does. So because it does, and this is a special circumstance, when your x's cancel on both sides and you have 2 equal numbers, it is all real numbers. That means x can be, or z in this case, can be any number at all. And make sure you select yes here because we did 0 out that function.